This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
It's not too much death.
Not enough.
Yeah, just the piles of mangled man and machinery. It weighs on you a bit.
I guess it depends.
We can't all be the chosen one, Julia.
I get it. I think there's probably something mildly wrong with me.
Look,
I'm gonna have to deal with that.
No, it was amazing to see. You were Captain America and the rest of us were Bucky, you know? And sometimes Bucky has a long day of it not being Captain America.
No, but I know what you mean, because like I never got tired of the exploding tanks. Mm-hmm. I exploded so many of them. I exploded them.
Matt's ability to intuit how a tank works after spending no more than 30 seconds inside at a glance. And I have to specify like how desperately improvised and fucking steampunk these tanks were. Like levers that don't seem to be connected to anything. He would just go as the spirit moves him, and sure enough, he would have one tank blowing up other tanks, or like half a tank with two wheels. He'd manage to get it moving. He and Wyatt would go in and do sort of the Steven Seagal neck snap on the zombie at the controls, and then Matt would jump in and take the controls. And unfortunately, I think my big contribution was that as much as any human can, I was the best at interacting with the elves. And I hated that about myself, but I pretty quickly figured out like what their deal was and like how to make them do stuff. And I had I had that device that let me open the Christmas portals, you know? And yeah, not a great gig.
It was key though. It was so important, because if you hadn't like helped us liaise with the elves, I think I might have shot some.
It's true. Also, like your security stuff was next level. Yeah. It really did. It made a huge, like the perimeter stuff made a huge difference. Mm-hmm. You guys might note we're not talking about a lot about what Luke did, and there is a reason for that. Luke contributed. Oh God, don't think he didn't.
I was there.
No,
Luke is an incredible tactician too.
Yeah,
I think that's important. Like Luke knew where Julia needed to be at any given moment. And also had like almost a sixth sense for when the portal was going to open.
That's the real freaking killer, right? Like, well, I think that's the thing. As gifted as we all were in what we were doing, we'd all be dead if it wasn't for Luke. Mm-hmm.
Well, Luke conducted every battle as if he had played it once already, and then quick loaded back to the start, right? And uncanny the timing of like where everything would be positioned, like where to put the new landmines to really blow the treads off of the tanks.
Yeah. And if we didn't listen...
It's all pattern recognition.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all just knowing how a World War II tank works.
Yeah, it's like how to hit a Nazi in the skull with your stock of your gun, you know.
Like these were like fucking retro futuristic tanks too. Yeah. Like not just knowing how a World War II tank works, but like a World War II tank that was developed for hundreds of years, but with no increases in technology and fueled by methamphetamines.
Yep.
Right?
Oh,
like to drop into that cockpit and just know how the tank works. That's
But that's what I'm saying. Like
You're right. It was a dream team for sure.
We all brought our thing to it, and they knew. But Luke lost a lot of blood from his nose. And I hope you're all right, buddy, because when
I'm fine.
You were having constant nosebleeds.
I think it's because he was more in tune with the Time Warp openings. I know.
That's definitely what it was. I mean,
there's a lot of neurological load happening there, I think.
I'm not going to speak for you when it comes to that. It's just, it got a little disturbing. And I'm glad that you don't have to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean,
at least the mustache, keeps it out of the mouth. Mm. That was helpful.
I know. I'm just glad you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I know it was a big
Sure.
It was a big deal for you, and I'm really glad you were there.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure. I mean, there was orange juice, right? Like I keep my iron levels and everything like that going. So
Honestly, the hardest part of the like commanding the elves job is just like putting up with the elves, but fundamentally like sending a tide of elves to carpet a certain area is not that like once you sort of get how to do it. Most of the other stuff like dicking around with like the like perimeter fences and stuff was just kind of desperation to do anything other than deal with elves.
I just want to like also make it clear, like earlier, Alex, you said Santa was opening portals that was dumping elves. That wasn't Santa. That was Luke. Luke was doing that.
well, it's Santa's system, you know.
There was orange juice. Sorry. I could love that one. It's great. It's like giving blood.
You want to play a video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys play a little more of this video game. I have to go get a drink. This is my new thing now.
juice?
Now that we're doing like 2 hours of recording, I'm gonna take more breaks. It's not like if Rudy or the current.
Oh,
What?
this is horrendous. Now it's Clarence. It's horrendous. Now someone has killed him by stabbing him in the chest with a dagger. If only there were a way to flee this terrible island.
Horrendous is an even more expensive brand of ice cream in an even smaller tub.
Oh my God, that
Look
could have
at
been us.
Clarence. It's readily apparent that Clarence was mortally stabbed in the chest with a sharp dagger.
Look at that dagger.
Get dagger. You don't need to touch that thing. I would like to touch that thing. It would be great if I could defend myself with yet another weapon. Examine dagger. A pearl-handled dagger is stuck in Clarence's chest. Examine dagger with monocle. A pearl-handled dagger is stuck in Clarence's chest.
On that
Fine.
note, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay. Close shower curtain. You don't need to close it. Shower.
Stomp Clarence down drain.
Okay, well, you know.
Can we search him?
There's another.
Does he have pockets?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, thank you. Search Clarence. Oh,
Can we take a shower?
search Clarence. That's what I was shaking terribly. You search Clarence's body and establish that he did indeed die by a stab wound to the chest. Upon further searching, you discover a pack of matches in Clarence's coat pocket. Thinking it might come in handy, you take it with you.
Woo.
So I take the matches, but not the knife.
No.
We do just enough to contaminate the evidence.
Yes, exactly. Look at matches.
Yay. Oh, look at those.
They sure are matches.
I suppose a kind of a useful way to get away with murder is if you killed someone by like poison or something, and then just stabbed a dagger in their chest afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's easy to
Light
stab someone who's already dead.
Clarence on fire. That's not understood. Light Clarence? Immolate Clarence? Burn Clarence.
Burn everything.
Use matches on Clarence. What do you want to do with the matches? Strike. Match.
Ooh, I like that.
You can't do that. Light match. Okay,
Oh.
you light a match. Ouch, the match burned your fingers. Light match and put on Clarence.
Oh,
Try that one again. It didn't make much sense. It made perfect sense.
I understood.
We've got a body in a bathtub and we're trying to set it on fire.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I was attempting to do.
Yep.
Indeed.
Nowadays, I think if you poison someone and then stab them, many different forensic techniques would reveal what had happened. But like back in the day, stab a knife in someone, people don't really question what happened.
Oh, sure.
Got stabbed in the heart, clearly.
Tell about Clarence. Oh, Matt's not
You
here.
go crazy, girl.
Go, Alex.
Yeah, go, Alex.
You're crazy, girl. I'm not listening to those stories. I've got an impression for every occasion. A man of 1,000
that's
voices.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. Clarence's body's gone.
I was just going to say, next prompt should be physically push Colonel's chair into bathroom.
That is a good point.
We're definitely running out of people that it
Push
couldn't be.
wheelchair. The Colonel wouldn't like that. Kick wheelchair. You don't have a violent nature.
Push wheelchair into
Light.
fireplace.
Match and put in Henri's hair.
You push
Doesn't
wheelchair
understand
into
here.
elevator shaft.
Oh, yes.
But the elevator's
Oh,
there,
hold on.
unfortunately, so. Push him into the fireplace.
Push wheelchair into fireplace. I wouldn't like that. I'm sure he wouldn't.
We would,
It would
though.
be very unpleasant for him. Yeah, well, absolutely. Open gate.
Come over here and stop me, old man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's more corpses.
Mm-hmm.
Let's.
How
What is left to look at?
how branching is this game? Is there any deaths that you can
Oh,
prevent?
not really at all. No, I don't think so.
No.
Sort of the point is to discover all of the corpses and just see how they all die.
Yeah, and to so interestingly, perhaps, this game does have a sleuth rating that it gives to you at the end of the game after you have completed it, which I believe is raised by discovering bodies and also doing the sort of detective work. But I mean, there is no point to doing the detective work by and large, but it does increase your score.
You get to go home with the satisfaction of knowing how and why all those people died.
Job well done.
Well, you don't, though. I mean, kind of you do, but
You
yeah, I guess you, the player, can intuit what is happening.
and at the very end,
Laura-
you could possibly save a life. Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
In some ways, she's interfering no more than Uwatu the Watcher.
She is sort of, a passive observer in the events that are happening in the game right now. But there's a distinct lack of valuable effort that Laura really puts into this. It's just kind of observing that things had died and moving forward as a result.
Hello,
Not even as a
Mystery
result,
Foot.
just sort of in general.
Mm-hmm. I love it every time now. Puts a smile on my face.
It's true. Oh, is that the sound of a returning Matt?
I'm back.
What have you got to drink there?
He's
Oh, yeah,
back.
orange juice.
No, I my orange juice. No, I didn't lose any blood. No, I got a nice large mason jar full of water, and that's it.
Ooh,
It's
a
all
mason jar of water.
It's also my beverage receptacle of choice.
the big mason jars. They're great.
Yeah, it holds
Yeah.
just the right amount of water.
Yep.
You try opening the cellar door, but alas, it is locked.
Jump with both feet onto cellar door.
Drop kick. Cellar door. Game does not understand drop kick. Crowbar.
Oh yeah, we have one of
cellar
those.
door.
Yeah.
Use crowbar on cellar door.
I want it to just be all the bodies.
Yeah, I want you to open that and they just come pouring out like elves out of a portal.
Crowbar. Open cellar door with crowbar. Okay, well. You try opening the cellar door, but alas, it is locked.
Oh, Jesus.
Break cellar door with crowbar.
Let me guess, nothing's happened since I left.
Were you here when we found Clarence's corpse?
Yep. And then I left.
Okay.
And then no.
Yeah. We found some matches
Oh,
in
that's
his
right.
pocket.
And we lit one and burned our fingers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Burnt,
nice.
burnt our
That's
little
about
cake
everything that
fingers.
Something happened.
It's true. The game allowed us to interact with something.
How novel. Okay, well, it's fine. Things are going. Things are happening. Hey, you guys want to do some Colonel's questions?
You betcha.
More
Yeah, let's do it.
than anything.
Well, we're going to need a theme for that.
Okay. I can accommodate.
The Colonel's Bequestion!
That's so Phantom of the Opera.
That's so good.
It is.
I'm so,
That's good stuff.
so into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. My name's Matt. I'm a member of Level 0 NPC.
Okay, I feel like 20 minutes into a video.
Welcome back, everyone.
20 minutes
the entire episode up until now was the cold open. Welcome back to Level 0 NPCs.
New lows for Level 0 NPCs. Colonel's
We
Bequestion.
hit rock bottom and started mining downward.
Damn right.
We're not going to stop till we, we're not going to stop until we fall into lava and lose all our diamonds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stouff 1186 asks, Colonel's Bequestion, if Laura is a cake person, would eating her be cannibalism, murder, or hunting? Well, I gotta tell you stuff. I think we already covered this, but maybe we've changed our minds since.
Well, if you want to hear our thoughts on cannibalism, there are a number of episodes earlier in the Colonel's Bequest series that address that very topic.
But for eating Laura herself, like if we were doing it, first of all, we wouldn't.
Yep.
We wouldn't. She's a sentient creature, and as such, I think it would be considered murder.
I think, this does sound familiar. I think ethically speaking, yeah, like a thinking creature with, language and, capable of being a young detective. Probably
In as much as Laura Bow exhibits those.
in as much as she exhibits those, yes. But we have the prompt ask, and it seems like she does. So probably ethically speaking, don't do that. In terms of what it would be considered, kind of depends on the society. How common are cake people? Where do they fit into society? That kind of thing. It might be societally accepted that you can just kill and eat cake people whenever you want. Probably would still be ethically wrong to an outsider like us, but we don't live in that universe.
It kind of depends on the universe that she comes from and she lives in. If she just appeared as a single cake person, probably murder.
It would be an awful shame to destroy a unique being like that.
I can tell you though, it probably wouldn't be cannibalism.
Like Pinocchio is a mischievous little asshole, but if you encounter Pinocchio and you just chop him into firewood and use him to heat your home, you're the asshole there for sure.
Yeah.
There's only one of him. There's lots of you.
Exactly. Good question. I think we covered it.
Well, it also, of course, depends if she wants to be killed or not. I think which is what we talked about.
She does have some agency in that.
She is made of food if that's how she wants to go
Being
out.
a confectionery.
Yeah.
I don't imagine she does, but we can't know. You're right.
Yeah.
We can't know.
She's unknowable.
Maybe all food truly doesn't realizes its purpose is to be eaten.
Well, yeah, like maybe if there was cake people culture, that's their life cycle, right? And if you didn't do it, it would be a tremendous waste.
Yeah. That's a fucked up world.
She did not fear the darkness before she was cake. Why would she fear it after?
It's all molecules, and it's all very, metaphysical and very deep, So if she asked me, I might. I think I would.
If she asked you to eat her.
If she asked me, I'd eat her.
There you go.
I just rip off one of her arms, and
I was going to object, Matt, but your statement about pulling off the entire limb and just taking a big cartoon bite out of it has a weird visceral appeal.
Yeah, right? Biting through her probably semi-filthy, fondant clothes.
full of bugs
skin.
and with mosquitoes stuck to it.
Yeah, I imagine she keeps herself very clean. So in a world where she wants to be eaten, I imagine she tries to keep herself like a human would keep their hygiene pretty high. She would do the same in order to be eaten. She would keep herself delicious.
And
I imagine every time she bathes, she loses like a layer of like fondant sugar. So like that membrane gets thinner and thinner, and she's got to find someone to eat her before it wears through entirely.
She could be like a chinchilla where she bathes herself in flour or something to just get the dust and dirt off of herself.
Yeah.
Like a Turkish delight or a jelly baby just dusts herself down.
Yeah. There's some animals that do that. They don't get themselves wet to clean themselves. Yeah.
That's bad.
And when you guys eat gingerbread men and women, do you guys eat the head first or do you eat the head last?
I always eat it.
I'm a head first.
I'm a limbs first.
Really?
I once made a gingerbread cheesecake, and
that sounds delicious.
Yeah,
it was one of my more successful ones, and it had like I made homemade gingerbread men, and I had several of them on top. But the crust was also made out of gingerbread men specifically, in that I baked gingerbread men. And then grated them up with a cheese grater to make the crust.
Nice.
Even though they could have been gingerbread in any format, it was important to me that they first be gingerbread men before I unmake them into the crust.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the artistry behind that.
I always eat
it was
the body
it was
last.
eggnog gingerbread. That's
Eat
what it
the
was.
body
Eggnog
last.
gingerbread.
Ooh.
I eat the body
festive.
last because I eat the limbs and then the head and then the body.
I think I
weird?
bite off the head first.
Well, we'd have to discuss
me
it with what she would want. But if she was open to anything, I don't know. Do we want to leave her head last? Because then she could still talk to us.
Yeah, and I think she'd enjoy seeing us. I think that's probably got to be one of the great moments of a cake person's life.
Just like she's not like she has lungs or anything, right? It's just like a ability to talk like a golem. So the head would just whisper hoarsely up at you while your butt like chowing down on her limbs and just be like, "Was I delicious?"
If you're gonna eat a bread, or not a bread person, a cake person, we can talk about bread people later if we feel so inclined. Where would you start? I mean, Matt's talking about like just hauling an arm off and starting to chew on her bicep.
I'd shoulder. Definitely start at the shoulder.
Start at the shoulder.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you want to save the hand for the end, right?
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I would start with the hand myself.
I think it's sort of a to each his own situation. Start with the fingertips, or start with like the meat of your shoulder and work your way down.
Fingertips.
I mean, if you're working on an arm, sure.
Fingertips would be too weird, guys. Come on, it's true. You would not be able to like start at her.
They'd be like lady fingers.
Yeah, exactly. You would be too weird. It would feel too much like cannibalism. If you just
Would it though?
Yes, it would. If you yank her entire arm off and start at her shoulder, there's like cake crumbs falling off. Her cake bones are in there. Everything's cakey, and it's just.
I think you're picturing it entirely too delicate, Matt, of biting, of like gently nibbling the fingers down, rather than just like closing 3 of the fingers into a fist and just biting off the remaining one.
I mean, I would eat those things like candy bars, like fucking Twix, Like
I guess Matt's point is though,
if
you detach the arm and then start eating from the shoulder joint, then she's not still animating it. So if we started at her fingers without tearing the arm off, she still can move her fingers as we're eating them.
Yeah, it's harder.
I assume we were tearing the arm off to begin with, and we were discussing how to eat the torn off arm.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I think Matt is right to tear off the arm.
I think you tear off the arm, you start at the shoulder, you work your way down. You can do whatever you want. I just think that's the proper way to eat it, even just as far as weight distribution goes. Like, just fucking put yourself there for a fucking second.
I feel like taking a bite out of a shoulder would be hard.
What? No. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It would be.
Kind of depends on how well made she is as cake.
It's a large, round thing,
Look, yeah. So why do you want to save that for the end? That's just going to be like hanging off the whole time if you're starting at the hand. You
Matt
start
feels
at the heavy part.
so strongly about this.
Just put yourself in the goddamn. I couldn't go through with the anger. I couldn't try. Didn't do it. I
appreciate where you're coming from, Matt. I could kind of picture myself just like taking a bite out of like the side of the hand or the fingers. Like I can kind of see it going either way. It is the smaller part of it, right? It's more bite-sized.
Yeah, I would go probably outer side of the hand, on the opposite of the thumb.
I think I'm picturing
there,
like
pop off a finger, eat it like a Twix.
I am picturing like meat of the tricep, I think. Like right in the middle of the upper arm.
I mean, let's be honest here. That's a lot of cake. An arm's worth of cake.
That's a whole.
We're gonna have to split that up. We're gonna have to all split that up. And I think
now we're all eating the cake together.
It's like this cake eating scene it's like in Short Circuit 2 where they're kicking the shit out of Johnny Five, just tearing him to pieces. Except she's thanking us and just like, yes, please. Tell me how my hands taste.
Hey, thanks for the question, Stuff 1186.
Cool. Question 1. Let's go.
All right. Next Curdlesby question. Fun for Algernon. He says, I've done all the time codes for all the singing in the Police Quest playthrough.
I've got the email.
Oh my God.
Oh, amazing.
Well done.
Yeah.
And I'm well into Space Quest playthroughs as well, as the first few games are pretty short. I'm going to keep going. So is this yeoman's work, a fool's errand, a debt paid, or all of the above? It's appreciated, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is appreciated. I think it might, literally speaking, be a fool's errand. I'm not saying that to demean the task. I just think it might meet the definition.
Yeah, I think.
Or to demean Fun for Algernon.
Yeah, unless you're having fun with it. If you're having fun going back through all there, and I hope, I would imagine on some level you are, because I'll tell you this, there's no way in hell we're gonna do it. There's just like I can't. But having all those, like, man, it's gonna be nice to have all those time codes.
Actually, it is not literally a fool's errand. I looked up the definition. A fool's errand is a type of prank played on a newcomer to a group where they are given an impossible task to keep them busy.
Oh.
So it would have to be imposed on you to be a literal fool's errand. People who use the term a fool's errand to describe any interminable task are using it metaphorically, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
So it might be a figurative fool's errand rather than a literal one. This would be a good time for that Shut Up, Alex. Didn't we get a first draft of a Shut Up, Alex theme?
So
we did.
We yeah. You should check the email because who sent it?
Oh, what do you mean?
Who?
Fun for Algernon did.
Fun for Algernon did the Shut Up, Alex?
Oh, no. Shut up, Alex. From Idris.
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 Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Alex.
That's a classic one. That's great. I love that.
Thanks for that. That actually made my day when I heard that. I got the Luke sent the clip around to everybody, so I saw that earlier.
Yeah. I put it on Slack.
But 12 Op said there's a jingle forthcoming, so I don't know.
I'm so excited to see 12 Ops take on it too.
We're gonna have multiple. I love it.
No, that's great.
I'm
looking forward to it. I want it.
And as for a debt paid, you don't owe us anything. You've gone through enough pain just listening to us.
I do like the multiple choice options that you gave us, because it is hard for us to commit to any of them.
It is. It's very hard. It might be a little bit of all of the above,
What it is it's a slightly insane thing to do, but we appreciate it. It's the spirit in which, one of the most useful, pieces of, fan wikis are legitimately useful. If, like me, you sort of half listen to things and then want to look up what happened that you were supposed to have listened to. And without people like you doing that kind of weirdly specific work, we wouldn't have that.
I can't imagine anyone wanting to spend more time with us than you already do. So we appreciate it.
We have a visitor, darlings. Sit up straight now, I guess.
Oh, God.
Well, I think we have some clear indications that Lillian is our perpetrator here.
She might be scorekeeping for the killer.
Lillian is acting very bizarre. Not only is she playing with the old dolls, but she's treating them as if they were alive. She barely notices you. That's the same as last time. Okay, that's just a doll in a chair. I was like, is that just a corpse sitting next to her? Because ask about Lillian is caught up in some fantasy world with those dolls. She's not listening to you. Look at. Is that a blackboard? You see a small chalkboard on the wall. Strange, there are 7 tally marks on it. Have we seen 7 murders yet?
I did lose count.
I lost count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was Gertie, yeah?
Gertie is dead.
Defenestrated.
Wilbur is dead.
Yeah.
Clarence
we just found. Gloria.
That's 4 people.
All the household staff at once.
Oh yeah, Jeeves and Fifi. That's 6.
Well, Fifi and Jeeves. Yeah. And Dr. Fields.
Oh, I said.
Is that Wilbur? That's Wilbur. Yeah. Did we miss a body?
Both old women. The doctor.
Oh, Ethel. Maybe I didn't say Ethel. Hold on.
Oh, Ethel. Yeah,
Ethel.
We did see Ethel. So that's we have found all of the bodies at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Look at that portrait of Yog Sothoth on the back wall there.
I know. Isn't it great?
I think you have to specify that it's a portrait of Yog Sothoth, or it won't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Game does not understand Yog Sothoth.
I'm pleased that it said Yog Sothoth for us, though.
I agree.
That's true.
Fun for Algernon has another courtesy question. Halifax explosion was trending on social media today. Do the level 0 NPCs deserve some credit or all of the credits? So the reason it was, of course, the Alex answer is a day ago from recording this is because it happened on December 6th, the Halifax explosion in 1917. It was a real 1,782 confirmed deaths and 9,000 non-fatal injuries.
It was an incredible event, and an incredibly terrible event, but a really remarkable moment in history.
But can we take credit for it? Yeah. Yeah, I think we can.
Both for the fact that it's trending on Twitter and for the explosion itself.
Listen,
We're willing to accept that blame.
we had access to a time portal after we saved Christmas, and we took advantage of it. I'm going to tell you, it's way better than the alternative.
Yeah, no, it was the best, but it was truly Halifax or Christmas.
Oh.
God. Yeah. Horrible event, 1917. It's fine. Some stuff about the color etymology. That blue didn't have a proper word from Daddy Snarks. Really interesting to read. There's a bunch of
I meant to look that up, but I didn't. It sounds cool though.
It's true. It's a common theme in many languages, right? Especially between blue and green. It's like in Japan, I believe like there was one of them was not a thing, which is why also a number of items or a number of things in Japan are referred to as blue when they are clearly green.
Yeah. Listen, kind of Bequestion.
Yeah.
Matthew Higdon has been real down with the vampire shitting questions. And if I can recall, what type of tree was the vampire shitting under? It was a sycamore tree.
Sure was.
Shitting like a vampire, wasting time underneath the sycamore tree.
I thought it was shitting like a vampire in Wichita underneath the sycamore tree.
Shitting like a vampire in Wichita underneath the sycamore tree.
It's just interesting to picture like a vampire. You know, he's got the slick back widow's peak, and he's got like basically a tux on, and he's like hiking up the tails of his coat, and dropping trow, and just crouching there pensively under the sycamore, just voiding his liquid guts onto the steaming ground.
I think it's very important, though, that
Wichita.
you're shitting like a vampire.
That's true.
So you're shitting blood. I think it's really important to
and other liquids, presumably.
Yeah.
So what I have taken it to mean is that the entire scenario is the manner in which a vampire shits. I'm shitting like a vampire, comma, description of how a vampire shits.
In Wichita, underneath a sycamore tree.
They all have to go there. They make an annual migration.
Yeah, people think it's Transylvania. Really, it's Pennsylvania.
Wichita,
where all the vampires come from.
Yeah, Wichita, Kansas.
They just it's much closer to
Pennsylvania to Kansas. It's great. Hey,
shorter
is
distance.
Wichita in Kansas? I'm a Canadian. I don't know these things.
I don't fucking know, man.
I let's assume it is. And if not, there'll be somebody like BDRE 555 to call us out on our shit. Pretty funny listening to you guys flumbling around with the Xbox and PlayStation history. The original Xbox came out during the PS2 and GameCube generation. Yeah, we really fucked that up. Whatever.
We didn't fuck it up that badly. We were recalling off the cuff when things happened.
We could have looked it up, I guess, at the time, but we didn't.
I guess.
Yeah, whatever. Consoles, whatever. I don't care.
I'm glad you got a kick out of it, though.
Listen how defensive we are. Anyway,
I was honestly so tired when we were recording that session that I read the comment and could not remember that conversation happening.
Wichita
is indeed in Kansas. I looked it up.
Well done. Look at that. We can look things up on the fly and be right.
It's the most populous city in the U.S. state of Kansas.
You don't say.
Also in Kansas City.
It's the county seat of Sedgwick County.
Oh, hey, listen. Do we have any Kansanians listening to
Kansanians?
Anyone from Kansania? If you're from Kansas, Give us a shout out. We'd love to know. Also, how's Kansas doing?
Yeah, man.
What's Kansas doing?
How's Kansas doing? Yeah. Spivey really enjoyed our Canadian experience of going through the Goose Cull. Yeah.
I feel like the Goose Cull helped
I was
to
just
prepare
gonna say.
us for saving
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes, it did. It did. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a disproportionate number of goose culling survivors from Canada that go to save Christmas.
I bet you so.
It's
Yep.
definitely not 100% though, because I don't think Wyatt was Canadian.
No,
Wyatt
he
was
wasn't.
not Canadian,
No.
but Wyatt was definitely like a ranch guy with that like knew how to handle a gun.
And a
Dude also fought like fucking George Dillman pretends to.
I think he was a Montanian.
Montanian, there you go.
Matt was right to call him the stealthy guy, because he would, like, even when he wasn't actively sneaking, he would just fucking materialize behind you like an SCP.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. I loved him. I love him. I'm in love with him. You know? I mean that. You know, I love that guy.
I get it. I see it.
He had that Batman-like ability to appear and disappear exactly where you weren't looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Corinne loves Christmas, but understands you having to react in front of the people that gave you presents. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I understand.
I hate it.
And
I hate it so much.
Thinks it's very sweet that your sister writes what's on the presents on the outside. Love that. Very wholesome. You know how we mitigate the problem in my house? We just we make a Christmas list, and I know this takes all the romance out of it, but we just make a Christmas list of the stuff we want, and then what we just exchange those lists and just get what's on there, and it's amazing. Makes Christmas awesome.
I imagine it would take a lot of the stress out. No, my family does that sort of classical bullshit thing where you just try to think of something thoughtful that they
Yeah.
didn't expect.
That's so sweet.
My younger brother is so fucking good at getting gifts for
yeah.
people. It's incredible every year. So one year to one up him, I just went to the craft store around the corner and bought like $800 worth of airbrushing equipment because I knew he didn't have an airbrush. And just brute forced the holidays to just try to one up him.
I can
That's
just,
the 1 year I'm confident I did it.
and I can just see you giving that to him and him opening it and you saying, "I'm never getting you anything ever again."
He's a good brother. I'll get him something every year.
I
I know he doesn't
Yeah.
watch this, so I can say I got him some comics that he's been collecting.
Aw, that's awesome.
and that's
Nice.
That's great. And that's the thing, right? Like there's that romantic part of like I don't mean in like the,
the way you feel about
sexual
Wyatt.
sense.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, not the way I feel about Wyatt, but just the way that Christmas is like, oh, what a thoughtful gift. Thank you. You really know me.
Yeah.
No, we dispense of that and just get what we want.
Not to imply that there's anything unwholesome about all of our shared affection for Wyatt.
No,
No, God, no. I wish.
no.
There's a little unwholesomeness there. Let's be fair with ourselves and everyone else.
I'm a very straight man, but I can't. With him, it's the beard.
Everyone's at least a little gay for Wyatt.
I'm kind of glad that the trip ended when it did, because there could have been some like weird triangles going on or love rectangles or whatnot.
love rectangles.
So. But that's not even the case, because it's all directed at Wyatt. So
Love that guy.
it would have been awkward. It
Yeah.
could have gotten awkward after a certain point.
Yeah. A love asterisk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just say it's a good thing he's not coming to the live stream when there's going to be whiskey involved. Although you're invited, Wyatt.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
You're
I can't
invited.
imagine he's watching this. He's got like a dial-up signal on his ranch.
He was the only one that was used to the bad
Yeah, I was going to
connection.
say, for him it was normal.
He just knew things.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to look them up like we do. He just knew things.
No, he just lived a life in which he learned practical, useful things.
Yeah.
And had zero Netflix trivia.
Yeah, none.
None. Not at all.
Nope. Didn't know what Squid Game was. Because remember that part? Remember when we killed that Nazi guy? It was like it's like that part in Squid Game. We said, he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, never mind."
There's an old drive-through that operates in his town, and he's been twice, and those are the movies that he's seen ever.
Yep. Die Hard 2, and what was the other one? What did he say?
3 Men and a Baby.
No, it was it 3 minutes? No, because I think it was Young Guns too. It was Young Guns.
Only second installments.
He only saw second movies. Fuck. Might have been 3 Men and a Little Baby. That did come up.
You know what it was is that he only he never went on the first night. You know, they would do a whole series, but he just, he was busy. He had better things to do.
I think he said that he saw 3 Men and a Baby at a friend's house.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Nope. It's fine. Any more Colonelsy questions? Everybody liked our long form improv. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. No, we were just recounting.
If by that you mean our lives, then
our
I'm glad.
lives are just one big long form improv.
Then I'm glad. I'm sincerely glad because we shared that to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canadians know about that, but I guess if you're not Canadian, then it would probably be something you've never heard of.
Stranger than fiction, as they
outlandish. Yeah,
and American news sites wouldn't pick it up because it would make us look too tough.
It's true.
It's true. When your turn comes to stand shoulder to shoulder with Santa against the Nazi time tank brigade, these things will seem less strange to you.
Yeah. We just live exciting lives outside of this. This is the way we relax.
So it is kind of just those two things for the most part.
Yeah.
The annual Goose Cull and occasionally saving Christmas.
Christmas, it's going to be a particularly special Christmas, I think, for all of us this year.
I agree, because
we earned it.
We'll have the knowledge that we saved it.
Yeah.
Plus, we have our magic items.
I wonder if it'll be easier for me knowing how the sausage is made,
Yeah. I've noticed a change in you already. I really have. You say you hate Christmas, but I think you hate it just a little less.
I mean, I still,
I'm not saying you don't hate it. I'm just saying...
It is extremely thoughtful that my sister takes the time not only to wrap my gifts, but to write on the outside of those gifts what those gifts contain. It lessens my anxiety over opening them so little. I'm getting very anxious sweet. Just thinking about it.
Very, very sweet, not helpful.
Very helpful. Very helpful. It's way worse when I don't know what's in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
What if she used saran wrap or something?
It's just I think, I don't know.
The paper is incrementally more recyclable, I think, is the idea.
I see.
I think Matthew Higdon has another Colonelsby question, and
let's do it.
I'm gonna need your help with this one.
Okay.
It's the same texture liquid as the vampires shit out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What liquid? The blue goo?
Oh, the blue goo! Is it the blue goo?
Yeah.
I appreciate that kind of real-time conversational comment, but
I do too.
I don't want to make it seem like we don't appreciate that, but we are a little lost by that. If you read the blue goo, yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe it's a liquid that we talked about in the culling.
We talk a lot of liquids here.
The vampire shit out basically mostly blood and some organs.
Yeah, I imagine the blood is like it's lost a lot of its vibrancy.
Yeah, it's black.
Yeah, like black and blue, even like deoxygenated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the cells have all died because they've been processed.
It's the same texture as I guess I would say orange juice blended with prunes.
Yep. Pulpy. Pulpy is the word you want.
Pulpy.
Pulpy. Yeah.
But predominantly liquid. Predominantly liquid, but with pulp.
Yeah. Listen, you're gonna and we do love the like as if you were just like but we have no idea what you're talking about because we saved Christmas in between.
In between there, some things happened that occupied our thoughts somewhat.
But don't.
So we can only apologize for not quite knowing what liquid you're referring to.
But yes, orange juice and prunes. Put through a blender, but not for very long.
Blitzed.
Blitzed
prunes in orange juice is probably what you're looking for.
Yeah, maybe with a couple kidney beans, you know.
God.
Yeah, you need the pulp. Anyway.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, in this episode of The Colonel's Bequest.
Wait, is that it?
Yep.
Yeah, we're about out of time.
Thanks for joining us in this episode entitled Human Pulp.
Now it is.
Leave us your Colonel's Bequestions, guys. We have no plans to go save Christmas next week. We don't have to. It's already done. And Santa seemed so confident that he would not need any more help for the rest of the year. So,
you
know,
right. Merry Colonel's Bequestmas.
He was very kind, even though I did lose patience with him a couple of times. He's a magnanimous fellow and also a higher order of being, so he doesn't really stay upset about that kind of thing.
No, and you still got a magic item. So
it's true.
It's true.
Yeah. We are not going to reveal that because we were asked not to.
Yeah, it would be when your turn comes to save Christmas and you receive your magic item, it will be very intuitive why you don't want to reveal what it does.
Yeah. Because even aside the fact that Santa says please don't like go announce this on a podcast.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't even have mentioned it. But
He mentions that for your benefit as much as anything.
Yeah, but I never got the impression like it was a secret that we got it. I think it's a secret of what it is. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just fucked everything.
Well, it just invites the questions is all. But he didn't say one way or the other really because he's kind of unknowable. We don't really know.
And
I would argue that it's better than the treasure being the friends you made along the way. But we did actually make some friends along the way. The magic items were just sort of,
Yeah.
Hopefully more than friends.
Tchotchkes.
Little icing on top.
If I have my way.
Oh my goodness.
You've transitioned steeply over the course of this conversation from desire to intent.
It's because it's safe because he's not here and he's not listening to the show. You know, love you, Wyatt.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. I think I would choke in person. I'd get nervous.
Yeah, I get nervous.
It would be so weird to meet him in real life. That was a weird time and a place. Can you imagine just seeing him around?
Oh yeah, meeting him in a coffee shop.
He was just weird. A beacon of calm in all that chaos. But I think in the casual setting of a coffee shop, he would remain a beacon of calm.
For sure. It would just be
in that relatively casual setting.
Surreal.
Yeah,
it would be.
I don't see Wyatt in a Starbucks.
No, you're right. That would be weird in and of itself. Yeah,
he might meet you there if you asked.
As a courtesy. Yeah,
he would drive 7 hours in his truck to meet you at the nearest coffee shop.
Yeah,
and not even say anything about it. He just turns up.
He just would come up,
and he would get a black coffee.
He would, and he'd be happy to see us.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Merry Bequestmas, everybody.
Eyes blue like the Minnesota sky.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have your shows this weekend, and we're gonna have your show next weekend, and then we're gonna take a fucking week off.
We're gonna do our best to enjoy that Christmas we saved.
Yeah, but we'll be back on the 28th for a
live show.
For a live
my
show.
goodness.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work, and if it gets canceled, don't be surprised. We're not very good at this, but we'll try. We'll try our best, even if it don't expect a lot, but expect you're gonna get to see us. We'll put up a camera. I got a camera.
Right on.
It'd be neat to get all of the Haligonian PCs like in the same physical location.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how logistically useful that would be, like in terms of the recording technology.
Don't expect Julia to be physically there.
Yeah,
but the rest of
Julia
us,
won't
I
be
was
able to
already
make
planning
it.
on being in town.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
one
just-
day,
it'll be-
you guys.
Oh, we're definitely
Maybe, yeah.
we're definitely getting together.
Yeah.
The four of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'll have Julia in picture in picture joining us.
yeah.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be great. We'll figure it out, or we won't. All right, everybody.
We may or may not. Stay tuned.
I don't know if we're gonna have a Colonel's Bequest next week, or if we'll do our annual Christmas thing. I'm not sure. What do you think? We can decide
Let
this
us
right
know
now.
below what you think.
Because we usually do one Christmas show, right?
There's a non-zero chance we can just record an extra Christmas thing, and I can just schedule it to air while we're all on our.
No, that would be nice.
vacation.
We'll just do this like over Christmas, but we'll like get that sort of Home Alone Christmas vibe by just quietly playing "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" in the background of the entire episode on loop.
And then get demonetized.
We would get content claimed.
Content claimed, yeah.
It's probably like MIDI
I was
music of Christmas music or something.
Royalty
Yeah, like the Sierra Christmas card, right?
Royalty-free Christmas
The Sierra
music.
Christmas card has music that you can just play in the background. I did that for my Christmas stream last year.
Well, that's what we have
Okay.
done every year for Christmas,
Well,
basically.
Every year.
Well,
Yeah.
if I don't have a good memory.
Just a hell of a Google
All right.
search, just legally distinct
there's
from "Rockin'
probably-
Around the Christmas Tree."
There's probably a Sierra Christmas card we haven't done yet, so I'll see if I can find one.
We've done what, like 6 of them?
Yeah.
God.
There has to have been more, but whether they have been preserved
Yeah,
is
I don't
unknown.
know. We were reaching bottom of the barrel the last couple of years, so we'll see.
I
Anyway.
I don't like to joke about things 12-Op could do for us, because sometimes he does them, but it would be hilarious to have a song that was like maddeningly close to "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree," but legally distinct.
but legally distinct.
Because like, I don't. It's such a shitty thing to possess. Like,
Oh my god. That would be amazing.
it's one of those things. It's a stupid thing even to need, let alone to want. Like, what kind of shitty production is falling apart because for want of that?
Please don't do that. Please don't waste your time doing that. Please. But also, I want to hear it so bad.
Yeah, 12-Op has on multiple occasions proven that he is also very much a yes and kind of person. So.
This most of all is
That's why I avoid talking about like musical cues and things like that, because 12-Op treats us much too nicely.
That is more than anything a waste of a person's talents, though.
12-Op scores films, guys. Like,
Oh my god.
It's just like
we do not deserve that.
it's one of those things. Like I can almost imagine
I know.
Like it would feel so bad to listen to.
I'm imagining like a 10-second clip that we just play the entire time.
Absolutely.
That would be fucking madness.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your 2 special hours of content.
Yay!
I'm glad we all survived.
We did. Goose Cull and Christmas. My gosh, like this is the year.
This is the year. This is the big survivor year.
I feel invincible.
2023 went out with a bang.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Killed a bunch of Canada geese and Nazis.
They're very similar in a lot of ways, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
They're
a
very
surprisingly similar process.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hey, thanks, everybody. I hope you both stick and stay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry we only got about 15 minutes of gameplay in. It's like an American football game.
Amazingly.
It's like, yeah.
With fewer ads.
2 hours
even.
of your time.
There you go.
With fewer ads.
We made some real progress. This part of the game is there's a certain amount of inertia to like finding the right thing to go to. So
we're really drawing this out, though. I think we have to be getting close to the end. Everyone's fucking dead.
There's not many people left alive.
Yeah.
At this point, so.
All right.
Yep. Bye, y'all.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
Stick
Stick
and
and
stay.
stay.
Happy Colonel's Bequestmas.
stick and stay, folks.